Hi there, my name is Abbey Voss, and I am so excited to guide us through a 30-minute gentle vinyasa yoga flow. So, as always, with any yoga class, if something doesn't feel right in your body, modify it however you need, skip it, take it out completely, or if you want to add, if you want to make this a little more challenging, go ahead and do that too. This is your practice, your 30 minutes to move and breathe, create some space in our bodies, space mentally. So I've been with Small World Yoga, I believe it's about 6 months now, and they are just doing amazing things in Nashville. I feel so proud to work with them. Every time I'm in the studio, it's an amazing experience. Everyone I've met that works with Small World Yoga is just awesome, and all their outreach programs, I can say the same thing about amazing people. So I teach at Park Center East, and I miss that group so much. So maybe this video will go to them. I would love that. And then I also teach at the downtown library. So I teach a family yoga class, which that is so much fun. It takes a lot of energy, but I get even more energy back from the kiddies. So it's amazing. And let's see, so this is 30-minute class. We're starting just a little after 10. So if you like to practice yoga with blocks, go ahead and grab your blocks. You can also use a big book or, anything you can sort of prop up on. I won't specifically cue for any blocks, but if it makes you feel stronger or more grounded, go ahead and grab your blocks. Same thing with a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can sometimes use like a little towel or something. So just get creative. If you need to pause the video and grab whatever you need, grab your yoga mat. That's all I'll really cue is our physical body. So no need for extra props unless you'd like that. So once you've gotten all your stuff, your water, maybe a blanket to prop your hips up if you like to practice with a bolster or a blanket, we will meet in Sukhasana. So easy cross-legged seated position. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you to cross your legs, you can send your legs long. Really just come into a position that you can begin to settle in. So close your eyes or soften your gaze and just begin to notice your breath. So next time you inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel your spine lengthen a little bit. And then as you exhale, notice your sits bones. So notice your right and left sitting bone feeling a little bit more heavy, a little bit more grounded every time you exhale. One more time together. Really full inhale, fill your belly, your ribs, all the way up to your collarbone. Open mouth, exhale, releasing all your breath, empty out. Next, inhale breath, bring your hands together at your heart. So this morning, we're going to begin with a mudra. I love bringing mudras into my yoga practice. So these are shapes we make with our hands that communicate with our brain and communicate with our physical body. So we are going to find Lotus Mudra. To find this mudra, press your pinkies together, press your thumbs together, spread all of your fingers really open. So think of a lotus flower blooming and opening. So I don't know if you guys know, but lotus flowers actually bloom out of the mud. They bloom in muddy ponds or kind of like swamps, and they just open their petals to the sun. So when I form this Lotus Mudra, it really reminds me, no matter how muddy or swampy life feels sometimes, we can open up, we can spread our petals open so we can find the light, find the sun. So with your fingers spread open really wide, close your eyes if you open them to see this shape, and just settle back into that breath. As you find your breath, begin to find your intention. So what brought you to your yoga mat this morning? What were you looking to cultivate? It's different every day. Sometimes we come to yoga to build strength, power. Sometimes we come to feel more grounded, to cultivate a sense of peace or ease. So specifically this morning, what is bringing you to your practice? What do you want to invite more of into your life? If you can't think of anything, I always offer up being present. Give yourself these minutes to breathe and move and be completely present with your physical body. Once you've found your intention, say that word, say that feeling to yourself in your mind. So speak it out loud. And then take a big inhale breath to seal that feeling, that intention in. As you exhale, open your mouth, send your intention into the room. So good. One more time, just like that. Breathe it in. Exhale, open mouth, send it out. Let your head just soften. Bring the space between your eyebrows to rest right on your thumbs. So in yoga, we call this your third eye center. So this is your area of intuition, your connection with your mental and physical body, your connection with your inner and outer world. So just giving that space a little massage. Then as you inhale, begin to lift your elbows up. As you exhale, let your thumbs separate, tracing your eyebrows. Squeeze your elbows together, open your heart. See if you can lift your heart up, open the space around your throat. Next, inhale breath, sweep your fingers up, reach up. Exhale, find just a gentle twist over to the left. So not cranking, not over twisting, keep it really light and airy. Root into both of your sitting bones, collarbones stay wide, and maybe twist a little deeper. Inhale through center, arms sweep up. Exhale over to the right. So finding that twist, not overstretching, staying mindful to stay lifted up. Take an inhale breath to find even more length. And then exhale, maybe you twist just a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. Next inhale breath will reach up. Exhale, fold over your crossed legs. Walk your hands forward and just rock over your ankles, rock over your knees. Finding tabletop position, so shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Press your hands into the earth. Almost think like you're massaging your mat. So find a little bit of lift out of your arches. Inhale, drop your belly, soften your elbows, pull your heart forward, tilt your gaze up. So this is cow pose. Stay here for a round of breath. When you're ready, take another really full inhale. As you exhale, press into your palms, tuck your chin to your chest, dome your shoulders, curl your hips in. Stay here for a round of breath. As you inhale, fill the space between your shoulder blades. As you exhale, find more compression, really rounding and curling in. Inhale, belly drops, heart pulls forward, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, curl and round everything in. We will move through a few more rounds of cat and cow. Follow your own breath. So kind of find your own rhythm here. Maybe close your eyes and just tap into how this feels in your body. So would it feel nice to add some little circles in your shoulders, maybe circle your hips around? So just finding a few more breaths to loosen up your spine, bring some fluidity into your hips and your shoulders. One more round, cat and cow. Really full inhales and exhales. And then we'll meet in tabletop position. Tuck your toes underneath and then walk your hands back. So check in that you've even got that little pinky toe pulled forward, coming into toes pose. So this can be a lot on your ankles and your feet. If it's not comfortable for you, just settle right down, hips to heels. If you can find this toe pose in your body, if it feels all right, this is a really great way to stretch out your arches of your feet, your ankles. If you have plantar fasciitis or any issues like that, this pose is so restorative. It pretty much saved me. I was dealing with a lot of issues with my feet. So come into toes pose, sit up nice and tall. When you're ready, reach your arms up. Begin to flick your fingers. So think like you've got water on your fingers. You're flicking really hard. And then you're going to lengthen up your spine, draw your core in. So finding that effort, at the same time finding a little bit of ease. Maybe you close your eyes, soften your shoulders, keep flicking your fingers. I know it's hard. This is a Kundalini meditation that can build some heat in your body. So before we begin to flow, it's kind of nice to build up that heat. We're just going to be here 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So good. Shake your wrist out, rise off your feet, come back into that tabletop and just pat the tops of your feet. So that is also excellent to build strength in your wrist and your forearms. We're on our wrist a lot in yoga. So another little wrist stretch we'll find, bring your left hand to point either fingers to the outer long edge of your mat, or if it's available for you, bring your fingers to point towards your knees. Keep your elbows soft. If one palm at a time feels like enough, keep just your left hand in this position. If you'd like to bring your right hand around, check it out. Right fingers to the long edges of your mat, and then right fingers towards your knees. Soften your elbows and just gently settle your hips back towards your heels, not coming down to your heels, but just finding that opening with your forearms. If you had just your left hand, go ahead and bring left hand around forward and bring right fingers towards your body. If you have both fingers pointed back, stay where you are. Take an inhale breath to fill that space along your forearms and wrist with breath. So really find that opening. And then exhale, just softening into that space. So we will bring fingers back to point around forward. Now, one palm at a time, soften the top of your hand down to the mat and just sort of rock side to side. Find that opening, flip that left hand over, and we'll bring right hand down, palm face down, just gentle opening. So good. Now we'll bring both hands around to point forward. Take your knees wide. Bring your big toes together to touch. Soften your heels, hips back to your heels. Crawl your hands forward, coming into extended child's pose. So as much as you can, just weighting your hips towards your heels, and then finding length along your side bodies. Take a moment to breathe in, fill your belly, all the way up to your collarbones, every inch of your body fill with breath, and then exhale, soften, maybe rock your head side to side. Really notice the earth beneath you, feel that connection. Maybe that security and support from the earth can allow you to soften a little bit more, just releasing tension between your shoulder blades, releasing tension in your jaw. Inhale, rounding up, finding that tabletop position. Tuck your toes, really mindfully make your way back to downward facing dog. So first down dog of practice, think of lifting your hips. At the same time, you're weighting your heels towards the mat. Keep your knees soft. So no reason to hyperextend. Soften your knees. Keep your lower belly really tight and find a little more length in your spine. Everybody nod your head yes. Release tension in your cervical spine. Press hands super firm into the mat, especially thumb and index finger. Press through those 2 points. Notice how that fires up your chest. Lengthen out your side bodies. Big breath in. Exhale, come all the way forward. Find high plank pose. Release your knees down to the earth. Soften your elbows. Release your belly all the way down to the earth. Press the tops of your feet down. Really activate your legs. Squeeze your legs. Take an inhale to peel your heart off of the earth. Find low cobra. Traction your hands towards your body. So send your heart forward. Just gaze down the tip of your nose. Keep the back of your neck long. Big breath in. Exhale, soften back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, move up through high plank or tabletop. Make your way back to downward facing dog. So good. Big breath in and breath out. Inhale, look to your hands. Take small steps all the way forward to the top of your mat, landing with feet hips distance apart. Bend your knees. Grab your opposite elbows and just hinge forward, finding this ragdoll fold. So don't straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Let this be a release for your lower back. Hold opposite elbows and let the weight of your head and your arms just draw some length into your spine. Big breath in and breath out. Release the grip on your elbows. Toe heel, big toes together to touch. Keep your knees soft. Roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time. When you come to the top, shrug your shoulders up. Slide your shoulders down your back. Inhale, reach your arms up really high. Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're not just hanging out. We're like reaching and stretching everything in our body up. Take a moment to just lift your heels. Play with what that feels like to lift your heels up. Feel your calves and your quads engaged. Exhale, soften your heels down. Squeeze your inner thighs. Cactus your arms. Open your heart. Inhale, big breath in to reach up. Exhale, hands through heart. Fold down, forward fold all the way down to the earth. Inhale, hands to shins. Lengthen your spine, halfway lift. So pause and hold. Rock to the balls of your feet. Soften your knees. See if you can find even more length in your spine. So good. Exhale, fold. Take a big step back with your left foot. Land that left knee to the earth. Maybe crawl your right foot a little bit forward. Sweep your fingers up, rising up into Crescent Moon. Untuck your back toes. Press into this back shin and think of dragging that left knee forward and pulling that right hip back. So you're scissoring your thighs, keeping your lower belly engaged. Reach up, let your hands come together, thumbs cross. Lift up and then lean over to the right. So there's a giant stretch along your left side body. So good. Breathe in, make some space. Exhale, lean a little more to your right. Inhale reaches you up. Exhale, really mindfully straighten this right leg. If you are someone that uses blocks, you can bring them to either side of your right leg as you flex your right toes, hinge at the hip, and fold over this right leg for half Hanuman. So with your right toes flexed, your quad will engage and it will send a message to your hamstring to maybe soften up a little bit. So when your muscles feel supported, maybe you can find just a little more space to fold over that extended right leg. Inhale, breathe in, find some length in your spine. Exhale, fold over that right leg. So good. Next, inhale breath, plant your right foot. And we will bring both hands to the inside of this right leg for lizard's lunge. Tuck your left toes, lift that back knee, begin to just rock front to back. So making some space in your hips. Take a moment to just notice where you feel this. I really feel it in my left hip flexor. I think it may be from sitting too much, but where do you feel it? You may feel it in your right inner hip. Wherever you feel it, send your breath there. So breathe into that space, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. Rock an inch forward, soften that left knee down. Bring this left hand to point just slightly over to the left. Wrap your left shoulder open. Very gently take your right hand and just mindfully maybe rock to the pinky edge of that right foot. Make some space as you twist your gaze around that right shoulder. One big inhale, and then exhale, come back to center. Lift your left leg off of the earth, pull your heart forward, and then we're going to begin to just walk our hands to the center of our legs. Walk your hands over to the left. Pivot your toes to point forward, soften your knees, and just fold over your wide legs. So wide leg forward fold. If it feels good, maybe you can kind of massage your calves, massage your hamstrings, soften your knees, rock your hips to stack over your ankles, take a bind, hands to calves or hands to ankles, and then fold a little bit deeper. So good. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, release your bind, walk your hands forward, find a wide leg halfway lift, and then we're going to walk our hands all the way to the back of our mat. So come to the back of your mat, find that lizard's lunge. So both hands to the inside of your left foot, tuck your right toes, lift your back knee, and just find that gentle rocking back and forth. So kind of like you're carving out space in your hips. Notice on this side, how does this side feel different? Do you feel a little more tight? Is that your dominant leg, your left leg? So maybe just notice, cue into your body, see how you're feeling. Rock forward, release that right knee down, bring this right shoulder to wrap open. So don't cave in. Roll your heart open, take your left hand, rock to that knife edge of your left foot. Be really mindful as you find some opening there. So wrapping your collarbones open really wide, moving into kind of like a half twist. Breathe in, find that space. Exhale, soften and surrender into all that space in your inner and outer hips. Walk back to center, toe heel your left foot to be right between your hands. On your inhale, we're gonna sweep up and find Crescent Moon on this side. Find that scissoring. So left heel's gonna drag back, right knee's gonna be sent forward. That will engage your core, zip up your lower belly, reach up. Let your hands come together, thumbs cross, lift up, and then lean over to the left. Feels so good. Take a breath into that right side body. So in yoga, your right side is your more masculine energy, your heat, your fire. You can picture sun. As you open that big right side body, come back to center, release your hands, real mindfully straighten that left leg. Flex your toes, maybe tuck your back toes, and then just hinge at the hips, folding over your lengthened left leg, coming into half Hanuman. This would be where you can use blocks. You totally don't need them. Stay engaged. Keep that scissoring of your thighs. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, find your depth. Fold over that left leg. One more time. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. So good, you guys. Rise up, come forward, plant your hands. So come into a low lunge, lift that back knee, and then we're going to walk our hands to center, landing in that wide fold. Big breath in, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands back to the top of your mat. Press your hands into the earth. Right foot steps to meet left. Drop your knees to the earth. So coming back into that tabletop position, just maybe noticing how you feel. I got to keep checking our time. Time goes fast on these 30-minute classes, I tell you. So when you're ready, we're going to exhale all the way back into our downward facing dog. So good. Take a big breath in. Lift your heels up. As you exhale, ripple forward, high plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. So coming to rest on your belly, extend your arms to your sides, palms face down. Squeeze your legs together, press the tops of your feet down. As you inhale, begin to peel your heart off of the earth. Keep reaching your hands behind you. Activate your quads, your hamstrings, lift your thighs off of the earth. So you can think Superman pose. Inhale to lift as high as you can. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly lower down. As you lower down, extend your left arm directly out from your shoulder. Bring the left side of your face to the earth. Press over for whale pose. So just rocking over to that left side. You can bend your right knee, plant the right ball of your foot on the earth. If this feels like, I'm not really feeling much, maybe bend your left elbow. So hand right above your elbow, elbow in line with your shoulder. Press your left palm down. Breathe into your shoulders, the space between your shoulders. And then exhale. Mindfully rolling back over out of that whale pose. Bring both of your hands to perch outside of your mat. So fingers are perched like you've got little cupcakes underneath them, about in line with your shoulder. Press the tops of your feet down. Bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale, peel your heart away from the earth. Send your heart forward. So just cobra pose, big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down to the earth. We'll move into whale pose on that right side. Extend right arm long. Bring your right ear to the mat. Roll over to the right. So maybe you bend that left knee and bring the ball of your left foot to the earth on the right side. Maybe you bend your right elbow if you'd like a little more intensity. Wherever you go, make sure you can still really breathe fluidly. This is a big opener for your shoulders, so send your breath to the back of your neck, the space between your shoulders. And that's my dog. And then slowly, mindfully roll back out of whale pose. Come on, Lily. Come on, out. Come on, go lay down. Sorry, you guys. He had to come visit. He wanted to say hi. No, go lay down. No, sir. Come on. Stay. Okay, he'll be gone. So now we will come back to our bellies. Make your way up to tabletop position. So press up to tabletop and we'll come all the way down to a seat. So come to a seat, extend your legs long in front of you, rooting into your sits bones. And then we're going to take right foot to point towards the top corner of your mat. Left foot will press into your right thigh. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. As you exhale, twist over to the left. So again, we're not going to crank it around. We're going to stay really lifted. And then exhale, just a gentle twist. So I like to think of it like the wind. So just keep it light and airy. Inhale, reaches you back up to center. Rotate your torso to face this right extended leg. And then just fold right over that right leg. Maybe press into your right hand to square your shoulders. Bend your right knee as much as you need to find a forehead to knee connection. So even if that's up here, make that connection. Rock your head side to side. Big breath in and breath out. Inhale, rise back up. Plant your left hand diagonal to your left hip. We're going to find stargazers. So roll onto this left knee. Sweep your right hand up and around. Feel that big side body stretch, right side body. And then exhale, we'll roll all the way back down. Feet come together. Soles of the feet come together for Baddha Konasana. Knees open wide. You can just think of a butterfly. Take your peace sign fingers around your big toes, root into your sits bones, lengthen your spine. And then just as much as feels good for you, hinge at the hips and fold. Think of sending your heart forward. So not so much rounding down. We're really just folding with a nice long spine. You can feel it in your hips for sure. Rise back up and we will extend left foot to the top corner of your mat. Right foot comes into your left thigh. Sit up tall, reach up. Exhale, float right into that twist, twisting over to the right. Maybe you slide your eyes along the back wall, so even kind of stretching your eyeballs out. Take a breath in to find a little more length. And then exhale, twist with a little more depth. Come back to center, stretch up, rotate your torso to face this left leg and fold. So again, bending that knee as much as you need to find forehead to knee connection. Take a breath into your lower back. Exhale, fold. Rise up. We're moving into that stargazer. So maybe you can picture it even before you find the pose. Roll onto your right knee. Left hand reaches to the back wall. So your left side in yoga is your more feminine energy, that yin, nurturing, softer energy. Spiral back down. You can think of moonlight and cool water when you picture activating that left side. Come to the earth, maybe soften your knees, reach your arms forward, dome your shoulders, tuck your chin, roll all the way back to lie flat on your back. Slide your heels in towards your hips. Maybe take your fingertips and even brush your heels. Inhale, bridge pose, root into your heels, one vertebra at a time. Lift your hips, lift your lower back off of the earth, really slowly making your way to that bridge pose. Once you're lifted up, squeeze your inner thighs, charge both knees forward. Maybe interlace your fingers, find a bind, squeeze the heels of your hands together, roll your biceps under your body. If that doesn't feel good for you, stay in your bridge pose. Everyone lift another inch. And then exhale, release your bind really slowly, lower back down, so good. Pull your knees to your chest and just take some circles on your lower spine. Let it be like a little massage for your low back, both directions, circle around. And then when you're ready, send both legs long to the sky, waterfall pose, one of my very favorite yoga poses. Let your knees be soft. Let your feet just kind of be dangling. Maybe lift your arms off the mat in the same way. So arms are heavy, hands can just kind of be hanging out. Notice your legs settling into your hip joints. Your lower back is so secure and supported there with your mat and the earth. Feel your arms settle into their shoulder joints. So this is so good for circulation. If you're dealing with anxiety, you can bring your legs against a wall like this, super restorative. Big inhale breath. Exhale, let your knees soften, knees stack over hips, arms come to goal post, both knees soften over to the left, supine twist. Press that right shoulder down. Big breath in, so filling your torso up, making all that space. Exhale to twist a little more. Come back to center, knees over hips, arms to goal post. Knees fall to the right, just landing lightly and maybe just being okay with where you land. So accepting that gravity and your breath are all you need to make this pose perfect. Big inhale and big exhale. Come back to center, squeeze your knees towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, lift your head off of the mat towards your knees. Take a big breath in. Hold it at the top, maybe sip another sip of air, hold it, and then when you're ready, exhale, finding your Shavasana, letting both of your legs lay long, letting your feet just flop open, arms heavy at your sides, palms can face up, immediately sinking into that support from the earth. So can you picture and bring your attention to the crown of your head? Softening there, just letting that feeling of softening and surrender drip down the base of your head into your neck. Notice your shoulders, the back line of your heart just being supported by the earth. Can you let the front of your body just rest and melt into that support? Your belly is soft, just rising and falling with your breath. Lower back supported, softening. Both of your legs are just resting in peace and ease. No tension, no tightness in your knees, your calves. Heels are grounded. Even the arches of your feet are soft. Each and every toe is just resting in peace and ease. Take a few breaths in your Shavasana. If you have time in your day, stay right here, just linger here longer. Stay in Shavasana until the desire to get up leaves your body. So that's always what my teachers say. But if you'd like to be guided out, next inhale breath, feel this feeling of ease and surrender into your body. Know that this is available for you anytime you can carve out a few moments of quiet and stillness. Bring some little movement back wherever you're called. So just wiggling toes, wiggling fingers, point and flex your feet. When you're ready, reach your arms overhead, find a big morning stretch, and then rock over to either side, finding your fetal posture, your position of reawakening, your chance to begin this day and carry with you whatever you'd like to keep. So maybe that feeling of creating space, presence, maybe that peace and ease, whatever it is, gather it into your heart. And then find your way back up to Sukhasana, that easy seated position. Sit up tall. Bring your hands together at your heart, Anjali Mudra. Bow your head towards your hands just to acknowledge your strong practice. Feel proud of carving time out for your body and your mind. So important to do. As you inhale, lift your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows. Together we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me. That was amazing. If you stayed in Shavasana, that's awesome job. And until we meet again, have such a lovely day. Thank you.